Talk Radio. Talking about the sports you do and don't know. Both within and surrounding Baltimore. Don't ask him about preseason games, oh no. Stuffing things in Griffin Basso. Despite it being on the internet, he can call it what he wants. So, Glenn Clark Radio. Glenn Clark Radio. Glenn Clark Radio. Duke sucks.
So I think the problem is you've got 3 or 4 big pitchers left on the market. Framber, Michael King, Zach Gallen, Imai, Ranger Suarez. So those 5 are probably considered the 5 top. Since Dylan Cease signed his deal with Toronto, the pitching market expectations went much higher.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take longer for those guys to sign. Michael King could be the first of that group to sign.
Right.
But I think with Framber, with Suarez, with Imai, they're looking for 5, 6, 7-year deals. Remember, Cease got 7 for $210. Really blew out the pitching market, and I think the expectation level is a lot higher, and it may take a little longer for them.
How do you right that ship?
That was Mark Feinsand from MLB Network yesterday with Harold Reynolds.
I thought he could get one by me.
I've already lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Oh, well, here, we'll play it again.
I know, I'm tired to begin with. I know Drew's about to come in. That's going to screw everything up. And then Griffin's doing 6, 7.
I did. Mark Feinsand did it. Not my fault.
I was actually interested in what Mark Feinsand was saying, because I think a lot of us have been wondering, like, why haven't the Orioles signed a pitcher yet? And it's a fair question. And I think that was a pretty interesting explanation from Mark Feinsand about what's going on with the pitching market. That Dylan Cease signs, and you're like, okay, great, domino falls. Now, let's go. It was clear that Kyle Schwarber's signing sort of was the impetus for Pete Alonso's deal to get done with the Orioles. All right, so a domino fell. Dylan Cease signed. Now what? And the answer so far has been nothing. And I think his point is interesting. Like, I think everyone agreed that the Blue Jays overpaid for Dylan Cease. Now, to be very clear, if I'm the Orioles, and I've said this before, you're gonna have to pay a tax. That's the way it works. I get it. We all want it to be, hey, well, they just signed Pete Alonso. That should be enticing to other free agents. But it's not that simple. The Orioles have not been a destination for free agents. The Blue Jays, for other reasons, largely based around just being in another country. The Blue Jays have recognized that it will require them paying a tax in order to get players. They are going to have to pay $1.10 on the dollar to acquire players. So they said, we don't care what the market is. We're doing this to get Dylan Cease. The rest of the teams are saying, we need the market to be set a little bit more. We're not going to bid against the Dylan Cease contract for the rest of the pitchers that are out there in free agency. I would say you need pitching. Stop worrying about battling over what the price is. Go get the guy, whether it's Valdez, whether it's Suarez, whether it's Michael King.
Suarez.
I don't think that's correct.
Well, you don't, because you don't speak Spanish.
Right, you keep saying that, but this is you believing that you know how he prefers his name to be pronounced.
Suarez.
This was remember
in Hangover 2 when he said, "You tell him Amir said hello."
Mm-hmm.
And Alan went, "Hello." And he goes, No,
right.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Like threatening.
Okay. So anyway, Drew's here.
I can't believe I forgot about that scene.
Dude, I
What do you watch last night?
The best part of the only part of the Hangover 3 that was good is when they broke into the guy's house and they were on their hands and knees. Stu,
I don't remember anything about the Hangover 3.
and
Like,
he sniffed,
anything.
and Chow sniffed his butt and said, "Remember, we're like dogs saying hello."
Speaking of butts, did you see the Knicks celebrate last night?
I did. Was that Josh Hart? Who did that?
Josh Hart.
Did he? That was pretty funny.
You didn't celebrate.
Well, I mean, in all fairness to the Knicks,
Yeah.
when you
They-
win,
yeah,
when
whatever.
you win something important,
whatever that was.
all right.
So the Knicks win the vaunted NBA Cup. By the way, nothing wrong with. There's two things can be true. The Knicks haven't won a title in 52 years, and they won the NBA Cup. The problem is you can't. Those two things have nothing to do with each other. They're both true. But yeah,
Right.
yeah. Josh Hart just checking in on Jalen Brunson, checking his oil,
I love it.
just making sure
Probably not the first time.
everything's. Oh,
No, I'm saying it's probably not the first time the Knicks have. Well, never mind.
well, no, it's the first time they won the NBA Cup. Yeah, I know you don't know
NBA Cup.
the history of the NBA Cup the way that we do.
The
because
NBA Cup.
We care about
I love
sports.
it.
We of course can name
Dude,
the other.
that's the guy from Brown University.
I don't think it is.
Roll the window up. Put the window up.
Don't-
That's
you
the dude. Was
What?
that the dude?
What are you doing today?
I didn't see a picture of him.
What are you doing?
How about the fact that I haven't found that guy?
It's not great. Not great.
I'm not so sure I'll be sent my kids back up after New Year.
Right? Probably.
Nice jacket, by the way.
Jackets? This is
Oh,
called
vest.
a vest.
Vest. What are you doing? What are you wearing that for?
Why was it? I was there this
You were
morning. Yeah. I was over there today.
It's pretty funny how much stock they actually put in your
It's wild. isn't
your
it?
expertise.
It's wild,
Right.
man. They
Good
love
for
me.
you, though.
It's weird. Oh, I'm
I
hosting
thought,
the afternoon show.
I
on
thought Glenn was a
Friday.
professional.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So what?
We can talk about Pell
Do you have a
Grants.
slant? You have a specific
No, that was
tilt?
I was concerned about that when I started.
But what
I was
is
like,
BAL?
See, it's funny you say that because I think of BAL as conservative talk, right? And so when we were meeting the first time, and they were like, "Well, you'd be doing politics over here," I was like, "Yeah, I don't know that
Me and my
is-
Trump. Should I wear my Trump hat?
I don't know if that's gonna be like."
Should I wear my 47 hat?
And they said why not? I'm like, well, I think of you and I think of conservative talk. And
See,
they're
I
like,
thought it was. I guess Ron Smith was very conservative, right?
Ron Smith was conservative, but Ron Smith was also like a common sense conservative for the
Right,
most part.
right.
Was like
Like
he
Trump.
wasn't exactly like Trump. Like he wasn't like
President Trump.
He wasn't like Rush Limbaugh.
Well, there's a
Ron
speech
Smith.
tonight.
I heard there's a speech. I'm probably gonna
And-
have to be aware of what's. I'm
and,
not gonna
and
watch
by the
it,
way,
but-
I bet it's going to be good.
yeah, you think this one's gonna be good?
Yep.
He's been waiting for this one. This one's gonna be the one that it all comes together.
No, I mean,
We'll-
the Rob
we'll see.
Reiner thing was out absolutely. If you could give him demerits that would lead to his getting, I know.
I mean, true. We're gonna
Just
start now.
saying that is unbelievable.
I didn't really spend enough time talking about Rob Reiner this week. I
Incredible, right?
mean, my God.
Incredible career.
My
Now,
God.
I didn't like some of the things he said here in the last couple of years in general about people. If you are, he would say, if you are MAGA, he would lump you in and say you're a piece of, you know what, and F you. I didn't like that because I don't think that contributes to progress. But if you're talking about him professionally, he was
he was
amazing.
a genius.
Amazing.
He was a genius.
The Michael Stivic character was incredible.
Yeah, it was 100%.
Right?
Yep.
The passive.
and it was perfect foil. Yeah. I mean,
No
like,
doubt.
yeah.
I mean, it was everything Archie didn't want his daughter.
Exactly.
When your daughter came home with a man in 1976, every box that you didn't want him to check, he checked.
It was brilliant.
Right.
And then to go from in one.
But where did you serve in the military? Military? That would have meant that I had to apply for the draft and be drafted. I would never do that. I'm not going to fight some war, and Archie's face is like contorted.
And then for a decade to go from Spinal Tap to Stand By Me
Right.
to Princess Bride.
Stand By Me was
to-
amazing.
Yeah. When Harry Met Sally.
A Few Good Men.
To A Few Good Men.
Right. That was amazing. He had an incredible career.
Genius.
Yeah, he had an incredible career. His son
Genius.
was a little goofy, but he had an incredible,
Yeah, you think?
little bit of a.
Lord.
Now, was that his real mom?
I don't really want to. I don't really have any interest in talking about that part of it. I really have no interest.
I was
wanna
just
talk
asking
about
if
the
it's his real
greatness
mom.
of
You should have
Yes.
Drew on with you Friday. For the-
Probably gonna pass. Probably.
What are we doing
gonna
Friday?
pass. Nah, I don't know if you're gonna make the cut for that one.
All right.
Don't know if you're gonna get that. From
Okay. Well, I don't care.
I
Can't do it anyway.
Oh, no? What do you got going on Friday?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah?
What Towson do last night?
Yeah, they played.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
cover.
No, they didn't.
That's because the number
I mean,
was
Todd,
off. The number was off.
the number
There was
was-
no
number
reason
was
why the
off. I don't
number
know,
should have
it
been
was
that
15 and a
small.
half.
What was
I
that,
guess they thought it was
14 and a half?
Yeah, Griffin brought it. I'm like, what?
Was it 14 and a half?
It was. Yeah, that's what it closed at least. I don't know.
It's insane.
Have they
That's
watched-
an insane number. Anyway, safe home run Reiner. We should have been talking about that all week. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean-
we were talking sports. I know. Trust me.
Well,
I know. Don't get
you
me
know how
wrong.
this is all going to pan out, right?
Well, I don't know where you're about to go with
No,
this.
you know
but-
how it's all going to pan out. You know exactly what's going to happen. Coming
Do we
down,
have
to,
a dump button?
coming down to the last game.
Oh,
Oh, you know that.
yeah.
Coming down to the fourth quarter.
How is? Oh,
Who's it going to be?
okay?
Who gets the penalty with a minute 23 to go?
Yeah, it's a good question.
On third and
actually.
17. Who gets it? Gilman?
No,
Who you
no,
picking?
it's Marlin.
Is it Humphrey?
Yeah,
I guess it
it's-
has to be,
it's
right?
Marlin.
Okay.
That's who it is.
123 left,
Yeah.
third and 17,
Because
incomplete.
then everybody's going to rage about him. his
It could even be
podcast.
fourth and 9. But I feel like it's going to be third and 17. They pick up, it passes incomplete, and there's a flag on the play.
We'll go into the pantheon of Ravens moments in
Darren-
Pittsburgh.
Darren Stone,
T.J. Hushmanzada,
Hushmanzada.
like the whole.
I told somebody that story the other night at the Chick-fil-A about when I called him a career loser, and John got pissed off at me the next day. Kevin said, or that day, Kevin said, hey, John was looking for you, or I'm glad you're here. And John was looking to speak to you. I'm like, oh, boy. Anytime John singles you out. I called him a career loser
Right.
because I said the Seahawks gave him $13 million to leave.
Right.
He's a career loser.
What started it when you got into the fight with John in Charlotte?
When I asked him the question after the Carolina away game,
Yeah.
when they gave up the touchdown to Roddy White with 35 seconds left in the left-hand corner, they hadn't scored an offensive touchdown on the road in the first half in like 6 games. And I said on Tuesday, because the game was Monday, I said on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, my exact quote, John, your offense has had some struggles in the first half. On the road, 6 consecutive games without a touchdown. Are you concerned about that? And I assume you know that stat. And I threw that in, and I don't know why I threw it in. It's like you asking the girl that you asked to go to your high school prom. Like, why did I do that? Like, I don't know why I said, and I assume you know that stat. But in the
Maybe like
back
me
of,
saying it, and I assume you know I'm fat and not good
right,
looking,
in the
right?
back of my mind, I thought he might deem this to be a trick question if he doesn't know that stat because
Right.
it wasn't obscure, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
don't
not-
know if John knows those
Right.
kind of things.
Right.
And so I said, I assume you know that stat. And he gave me that, his eyebrows kind of, he answered the question, and I didn't really think there was anything to it. He answered it. He said, well, of course we're concerned. We're always concerned when we don't score points, and, we did play better in the second half. He answered it the way you would think.
Right.
And I thought everything was fine. I didn't think anything about it at all. 5 o'clock, I'm pulling into my driveway. My phone, I look down at my phone, Kevin Byrne. I'm like, oh, boy. Hey, Kev, what's up? He goes, hey, I just want to let you know. I don't know when you're coming back out. You coming back out this week? I'm like, well, I think so. Maybe. Yeah, well, I'm going to Carolina Sunday. He's like, well, John is pissed. I'm like, John's pissed at what? He goes, he is flaming about that question you asked today. And I'm like, Kevin, it's a friggin' football question.
Right.
He goes, yeah, but he didn't like the way you couched it at the end about if he thought you were kind of trying to pick at him, like maybe you don't know the stat. And I'm like, oh, Kevin, come on, man. He's like, I'm just telling you he's pissed. I'm like, oh, boy. So I don't know if I didn't go back out. I'm guessing I didn't. And then and that was the famous Carolina trip.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, man.
You don't remember when
My liver is still
You
complaining.
don't remember when Ozzy saw me in the press box and I was.
Yeah, you just had your head down. He gave up. He patted you on the back.
Comes up and
It'll
says,
be better.
"It's a
It'll
little-"
get better.
No, he said it's a little unprofessional.
Yeah.
And I was like,
He had his head down. So anyway, we go in the locker room after the game. Ravens win 44-20. The whole place is filled with purple. Everybody is, high like Steven Tyler. Like, we're all excited. And he sees me from 40 feet away, and he's got Darren Sanders with him. and he starts pointing his finger at me. And I'm like, man, this is not good. And he's coming right at me. And he says, that was a BS question you asked me. And I'm like, John, we're not going to do this here. We're not doing this in front of the team. That was a BS question, and you know it. And Darren's playing like World Wrestling, where Darren's holding him back, like John, take it easy. And John's like, you don't ever talk to me like that in front of people. And I'm like, John, you're out. And then now I'm against the wall, right? And it's in front of the players. So now I got to say something that I probably don't want to say, right? You know. So now I say to him like, John, you're completely out of line, completely. What do you want me to do next week? Ask you about the weather? Like, I asked you a football question, man up and answer it. And, like, now I'm saying stuff I shouldn't say. Yeah. And, you know, Michael Orr's sitting there giggling and little Talo's laughing, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm involved in this.
I know at least one of those guys wasn't on the team at that point. I'd love if the Matt proved that neither of them were on the team at that point.
But, I mean, those guys are laughing at people are laughing at me in the locker room, and I'm like, oh, my God. So we go out in the hall, and, you know, and then the following Wednesday, he gave me a Christmas card.
Yeah.
With a nice note inside. Yep. Hey, man, you know, things happen. It's all good. Go Ravens. John.
What were you mad about?
Right.
What were you angry about? Did you see how defensive he was when he was asked about – do you still have
I have an opinion I want to share with you about the team.
The question about the home record this year? He was asked on Monday.
Yeah, you're 3-5.
They're 3-5. Yeah. That's
right.
Which is just factual. Just a factual, not even as obscure as what you brought up, right? Like,
because you know what, in hindsight, even though I tried to defend myself, and I think you know that. I know you know this. Like, all I ever wanted the Ravens to do was win.
I remember a rap song about that.
We all know that all we ever wanted was for the Ravens to win.
Correct.
I never wanted, and in hindsight, I could see where John would take exception to the way I said it, but I didn't mean it that way. It just came across like I was trying to be snarky, but I wasn't. I just sometimes you do dumb stuff, right? I didn't mean it to sound like that.
So
anyway,
this week, John Harbaugh is asked.
Who asks him?
I don't remember who it was.
I think it was Jonas.
Okay.
All right, we can probably pull up the transcript here. He's just asked a very simple question, and
you're 3-5.
And brings up the idea that players are frustrated about that. Now, I don't know, who he talked to. But
and it is fair you lost two of them without a real quarterback.
All of this can be true. Everything can be true.
Right.
But it's just a bizarre response.
Okay.
This is what John had to say in response to this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have audio? I thought so. No, it'd be good if we had.
You never
audio.
know.
Yeah. There we go.
That's a kind of variance of the season. I mean, is it a point of frustration that you guys are 500 at home this year?
No. I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about. Point of frustration. No, the guys are locked in for the next game. That's it. Period.
Okay.
All right.
How about this?
I mean, seasons go the way they go. You fight the way they fight. I know there's a lot of. You can look back all you want and say, well, this happened or that happened, or where do we stand right now? You can do that all you want. What's that going to do for you? Where's that going to take you? You got to look forward. And I look back with a lot of pride. Every game we've lost, our guys were fighting like crazy to win it.
You worry about that.
So no, there's no frustration. I mean, to me, that's made up.
Still going.
Yeah, the guys are disappointed. They want to win games.
Made up.
You look at every one of those games. The Houston game, probably our worst home game ever, right? That I can ever remember. Our guys were fighting their butts off. The guys that were out there playing, who was playing in the game, right?
It was 44-10.
That game's what it was. The Rams game is what it was. Guys are fighting their butts off in that game too.
Hey, John, come on in my office a minute. Yeah, what's up,
those
Steve?
games are history.
Hey, John, let me tell you about how we're moving forward next year.
And that's what our guys are looking at.
Probably not with you. And it is what it is.
Settle down over there.
And it is what it is.
They could go win the Super Bowl.
I love John.
Chill out. It's just weird. Like, what a weird
But I'm glad you
response
showed me that
is.
because I have something I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
That I am really starting to believe this. And part of it is now having seen that a little bit, and just some other things that I've seen from him, and a couple of other little things I've seen from like Eric in pre-packaged stuff that the Ravens put out. It's interesting to me that they would show Eric in this light. And I know when I say this is going to sound like I am that I'm jabbing at the fans, and I'm not really. I'm going to sound like John now. It is what it is. I think they are and I'm not sure this is the first time it's ever happened to them, but I think I've never seen them be this irritated and this, I don't know what the word is, but even the stuff that the Ravens have put out with Eric, like during the season, it doesn't look like the same Eric to me. And it doesn't look like the same John to me. And I think they are really, really disappointed. And we could come up with 6 words. I think they're disappointed. I think they're angry. I think they're resentful. I think they are really frustrated with the way people in general have crashed down on them. That's just my opinion. I'm not telling you that I know that, other than what I'm a huge believer in body language. As a coach,
I can understand.
As a coach,
that,
I'm a huge believer in it, because I think at the end of the day, your body language always tells the story. You can't hide it. You can't hide it. It always tells the story. And I will, in games and watching them and listening to John after games and that kind of thing right there, and just some stuff I've seen with Eric.
It's interesting.
That I think they're very resentful of how they've been treated, given what is, an off year for them that could still wind up being whatever it might be. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen. We really don't. I mean, you just saw what happened to the Packers last week.
Right.
That could happen to Josh Allen on the last game of the year. Mm-hmm. And the Ravens might play, I don't even know who the Bills' backup is. If Josh Allen gets hurt,
I genuinely don't know that either.
I don't either.
Yeah, right.
But if Josh Allen gets hurt in the last game of the year, the whole conference changes.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, it is still Mr. Trubisky.
Okay, well then we'd probably lose to him. But no, but so nothing. Who knows, right? That's just my own opinion, and I think they are. I'm also leaning.
I don't know, man. Some of that
I'm leaning a little bit more now in the direction of, honestly.
Yeah.
And I wrote about this today. Like,
yeah.
Somebody asked me a question today and said, "What?" I'm paraphrasing. What would it take for the Ravens to fire John Harbaugh? And I said, first of all, they're not firing John. That those words would never come out of their organization. It would be a mutual agreeable thing, or blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. I'm not so sure if things go sideways. I'm not so sure John might not leave.
I get it.
That's my opinion.
I think it's possible. It's interesting because I hear everything you're saying, and I would almost say, I don't know. I've heard there's almost like a paranoia that comes along with coaches.
And I include the media in there, by the way. I include the media in with when I say people.
Right.
I don't just mean the fans and
right.
fan base. And no matter, and you know this more than anybody, that those guys, they're constantly given, they're constantly provided with the noise from the outside by their own staff people. You remember this very well. They had a specific person at the in the PR department whose job was to come in and say, "This is what they're talking about today on the radio. Mm-hmm. This is what the tenor of the community is after that loss yesterday. Mm-hmm. This is." And John would always have notes. He would show up at the press conference with notes.
They would put together a packet for him. They would put
100%.
Together every day a packet. Now, I don't know what they do today.
I don't either. But Kevin was the best of the best. Because Kevin would also listen and say, this is what Drew's saying. This is what Bob Haney's saying. Just so you know, like, this is what the callers are saying. You should have called timeout there. I just want you to know. Be prepared today. And that's why Kevin was the best at it. Mm-hmm. Be prepared today for someone to ask you, one of these jackasses to ask you why you haven't scored a touchdown on the road in 6 games. Mm-hmm. One of these clowns is going to ask you. And I think there is a shelf life to that. And as someone who's done both of them, and again, not at that level, but as someone who's done both occupations, meaning been on the other side of the media and then been the guy sitting in there in the room asking, there is a shelf life to your patience level for or when you've done overall, when you've done a commendable job and you're still getting attacked. Now, I don't think Jonas attacked him.
He didn't attack him at all.
You and I would totally, if we had to defend one of those two guys, we would defend Jonas there. It was a very honest question. Are you frustrated? You know what the answer is? No. Next. Instead, he went no and then said, I don't even know what you're talking about.
But it's even weirder than that. Like, he's trying to find some line between frustrated and disappointed that only exists for him. It doesn't matter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. He's telling, are we disappointed? Yes, but we're not frustrated by
right.
it. As if somehow...
As if the definition's different.
Right, or is different enough that it matters.
He hates comparison questions.
Correct. Obviously, he's always hated that. Like, that's what makes the whole
How do you
thing
compare
bizarre.
this win to
well,
the...
and like him saying, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
You're 3-5.
Do you not know that you're 3-5 at home
Right.
this season? Like, come on, man. And so it seems like the easiest thing to do is say, yeah, we wanted to win more games at home, and we feel like we should be winning more games at home.
You know
That
what I would
seems
say?
like
The first thing I would say, we lost 2 games in a row. We didn't have a starting quarterback.
Right.
We didn't have a linebacker. We didn't have a defensive back. We didn't have a wide receiver.
But that also doesn't explain losing back-to-back to the Bengals
No.
and
Not at
Steelers
all.
at home.
Not at all.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying,
Not at all.
yeah, we have not done
course we're
what
frustrated.
we've not done what we need to do, but that now requires us to go out. There's absolutely a way to spin that and say, we haven't done what we needed to do at home. That's going to require us to go out and win some games on the road, and we're looking forward to that challenge.
And by the way, it's on the coaches to fix it.
Sure.
That's all you got to say.
All of those.
Because then the headline in ESPN, when it says Harbaugh,
right.
Ravens frustrated with home record, in there, if Jameson's doing his job the right way, he puts John's quote in there and says it's on the coaches to fix it.
Right. We're going to go fix it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be better than that.
But I just feel like,
But
I do feel like and again, maybe this has happened before, but on a smaller scale, but I really feel like John... I feel like John's body language and overall demeanor comes across to me like he is very disappointed that he's getting crushed like this.
Bo Smolka is going to join us in about 5 minutes. Before we do,
it's a thrill.
You're still mad about his son.
Still mad about his son.
You're still mad about his son.
It's all good.
Bo's going to join us in a few minutes. We're going to talk about the Ravens.
I saw his son at the U.S. Open.
That's cool. We're also going to talk to Bo about our Kyle Hamilton being named PressBox's 2025 Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year, and you and I can have a whole thing about save it. Save it. We'll do it. Save it. Chill. I already know. Save it.
I just found out.
I want to spend a minute.
I mean, I don't even have an opinion.
Chill.
It's an awful decision.
Thank
I don't
you.
have an opinion.
I want to spend a minute talking about the night that we had on Monday night before we do that.
I've met a lot of Ravens players in my life. I've met a lot of them. In fact, I would say this, and I tell people this all the time, because you get this too. People say, like, what was it like? Like, what was it like to be in the locker room? Football players in general I can honestly name 5 guys from 2012 to 2014. I could probably name 5 Ravens that I found to be whatever the word is you want to use. Pricks or whatever word you want to, however you want to define them. I probably could name you 5. I mean, I'm not even afraid to do it because for the most part, everybody's going to go, oh, sure, Suggs. Suggs was an asshole. He just was. Like, I don't know another nice way to say it.
I would say Suggs could be an asshole.
I saw him do some stuff to Morgan Adsit and to the other girl, to Amber. I saw him do some stuff to them that was reprehensible. And the fact that they didn't call him out on that.
I'm going to say allegedly just to cover ourselves.
Well, okay. But I was in the locker room. I saw it.
I understand.
Allegedly, I saw it.
Thank you.
Okay. And when I say saw him do things, I don't understand what I mean.
Make sure we're not suggesting that there was a crime or anything.
Right. But I just saw him do things. I saw him turn the music up when Bruce Cunningham was trying to do an interview and turn his rap music up. So Bruce had to say to him, turn your music down. So he could then say to Bruce, this is my office, MFer, right? So anyway, Adam Terry, absolute pain in the ass. But I'm bringing all that up to say this. I've met a lot of Ravens in my life, and I think almost every one of those guys is a good, stand-up, reputable, Gary Stills, Dan Wilcox, best of the best. If Dan Wilcox came home and said, I'm marrying your daughter, you would say to your daughter, you made a hell of a choice there. Gary Stills, same way, right? This dude the other night was one of the nicest kids I've ever met.
It's great.
It was amazing.
He was really great.
He was amazing. He was on time. He was polite. He smiled. He did everything you asked of him. He stayed on time. He never looked at his watch. He didn't say, what time's this over, dog? He was such a good guy. And that's first blush. I mean, I don't know. But again, I put a lot of stock in that. I put a lot of stock in your body language and the impression that you make with two old white guys. Like this kid was, and I'll be honest. I sent Eric a text and said, "Hey man, I just want you to know I met this kid tonight. This kid's a hell of a kid. You should be proud to have this boy be on your team. You should be proud to have him in your organization." And I mean that. Because those are the kind of guys that you want to have in your foxhole.
Tez Walker, it was really great.
Oh, was that his name?
Yeah, it was really great that he came out and joined us on Monday night.
Awesome.
And that all kind of came together very late, and so I greatly appreciate him and some folks that made that happen for us, and really appreciate you all coming out. And I can't believe that we have been able to keep this thing going for...
I said 15 years.
It's 17 years. We started in 2009. 17th year that we've done
I'm 62.
This.
And
Yeah,
I mean 60 also.
Right.
I go
right.
back 2 years.
Is that how you...
Once you get to 62, you go back
start
2 years.
regressing.
Right,
That's weird.
right.
I didn't know that's the way it worked.
Yeah. You'll see.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I thought for sure that when the radio station went under, it would be over. And
Under? It's still alive. They're doing
it has
positive talk.
Sure. It has lasted, I think, now twice as long post radio
As the radio
station
station.
as it lasted at the radio station.
Right.
Which is insane. Like I just
Well,
I don't know.
Here's the one thing I would say too, and I'm not trying to deflect from what happened on Monday night when I say this. Like, part of it is when you find an organization that is as whatever word I want to use. When you find an organization with the integrity and
it's beyond reproach.
when you find someone like Helping Up Mission,
Mm-hmm.
and you have you establish this relationship with them, you want to do it.
Yep.
Like, you want to be able to help those guys, and you and I have talked about this before. When you go down there, and I would say almost every single time I've done this, if I've worn something, which I do most of the time, if I wore something Calvert Hall related, almost every time I've been in there, someone has said to me,
Yeah, I was.
Calvert Hall 2012, Calvert Hall 2010. And I always say to them, dude, what happened?
Right.
Like, come over here a minute. What happened? Oh, I had a great job at T-Row. I was making huge money. Man, and I started putting it up my nose and started gambling, and my wife left me, and I lost my house, and I lost my job, and my cousin dropped me off on the corner and said,
Yep.
This is it for you.
Yep.
I had a guy last time when we went to Gilman, and I started talking about Gilman golfers, and he's like, I was in class with all those guys. Remember the punter, the Colquitt punter brother was there.
Yep. 100%.
Right?
Well, no, the two Colquitt brothers, close friend. Like they're.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was
Yeah,
the
they're
brother. Okay.
they're teammate
Gotcha.
and very
Okay.
close friend.
But so you see these guys, and that's kind of the amazing thing. I always say this to people. 50% of the people that you see in there, you kind of nod and go, yeah. They do look the part, but 50% of them look just like you and I. And you're like, holy cow. I mean, my buddy Tony Young wouldn't be mad if I said this. Like, that's where I met Tony.
Yep.
And I didn't even know that I met Tony there.
So
It was amazing.
I can't say enough.
Yeah, Tez was great.
Tez was wonderful, and you all to continue to support this. And
And Steve Pavlovsky.
Steve Pavlovsky, Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square, who, again,
By the way, the mocha iced coffee, I could snort it.
how about that? Well, I don't think you should. I think you should maybe. I know you're.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know you're in your 60s now, and you're doing new things.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's so good, it's crazy.
Did you try the chicken and waffles?
No.
Oh my God!
They good?
Do it with the spicy sandwich. It's outrageous.
All
It's
right.
outrageous. Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square is incredible. And yeah, Steve, this year, admittedly, might have been a year where I would have said, I don't know. And Steve,
Well, not when it comes to Chick-fil-A.
Steve called and said, we're doing it. And I said, all right, man, we're doing it. We'll make it happen. And you all made it happen. And we'll be taking the stuff down tomorrow. And I just can't thank you enough. Cannot thank you enough for the fact that you keep coming through for us. Drew Forrester is here on a Wednesday edition of GCR. The new print issue of PressBox is hitting stands. In fact, it starts today We'll be at your Baltimore area High's Dairy stores and everywhere that you find PressBox throughout the region. It is our annual Best of issue, celebrating the top people, performances, and moments of the year. On the cover, sort of our 4 finalists for the Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year.
There.
Yeah, that's what it is. Got to get a terp in there.
That's a swing and a miss. Look at these.
Yeah.
4.
This is what you come in here to do every week, huh?
Who was the Oriole?
Every week. It was Trevor Rogers was the Oriole. I don't know if you remember. He was pitching to a sub 1.5 ERA. I'm not sure if that rings a bell for you.
Yeah.
So those 4 are all featured on the cover of the new print issue of PressBox. And ultimately our choice for this year's Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year was Kyle Hamilton of the Baltimore Ravens.
You guys really need to curry favor with them so much that you.
Is that what it is? Joining us now. He wrote about it for the print issue. He is our friend Bo Smolka, PressBox Ravens beat writer, and he's back with us now here on GCR. Bo, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. Other than
I thought you quit.
Drew's here, so yeah, that's what I'm dealing with.
What happened to you? I thought you quit.
Like a bad dream, baby. Here I am.
We're stuck with him for another couple of weeks. Then he said,
I love it.
I'm out of here. I'm headed to New Jersey.
Can we beat Notre Dame up a little bit before we do this?
You do whatever you want.
I love it, Bo. Oh, look, that Bo's like, just do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm out of here. Pretty
You
soon.
you beat up Notre Dame. I'm going to beat up Alabama. I'll promise you that. But
You got it. You got it.
Bo, walk me through, because Bo is actually not on necessarily our editorial board, and so we kind of tasked Bo with this assignment. But when you got word about this,
Guys have an editorial board.
believe it or not, what were your thoughts, and how'd you go about putting this all together to celebrate Kyle Hamilton?
well, I mean, I think he would always be a good choice. I think he's one of the more impressive people that I've dealt with in my 15 years covering the team. And I mean, he's obviously a gifted player, and he's extremely talented and all of that. But he's just an impressive person, and he's got this real. And I wrote about this. He's got this. You know, I'm a Notre Dame guy in the sense that my son went there, my daughter's there now. Notre Dame has this. They stress it every time you're there. This idea of being a force for good, and I have this coffee cup with a quote of it from the former university president: "Be a force for good." And he lives that. Kyle Hamilton lives that. He's involved in so many things, and he gave a huge donation to that new Boys and Girls Club downtown. His family built this weight room or sponsored this weight room down at St. Francis. And candidly, he said to me, "Look, I really don't like to talk about a lot of this stuff. I'd rather do it kind of in private, and it feels more pure that way." And I think he's totally genuine about that, because I remember when he first signed his big contract here a few months ago, people were asking him about, what he was going to do. And he joked he's going to buy himself a new Callaway driver, Drew. There you go, because he's a huge golfer. But he also has a lot of, he has some former Notre Dame teammates who were involved in charities, and I know he was pouring some money into those causes, and he doesn't say anything about any of that. He's wired to be helpful, and I think that's really important, and it's consistent. And so when I heard that he was going to be the Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year, I thought he was a terrific choice. And everything he does at the highest level. And I think he'll always be a good representative of the organization, and I think he'll be a good representative of the city. And as I said to somebody else, the team would be. I mean, he should be the face of this franchise for as long as he's in the NFL. They should never let him go.
I think all those things you just said is exactly why, in the very limited time that I've talked with Eric about the draft over the last few years, because Eric came out to Coward Hall and did an event for us, all of that stuff is exactly why they picked him. I think they knew from the very beginning how much of a good guy he is. Football's easy, right? Like, I say this to my golfers all the time. Everybody knows if you're college coaches that call me, the first thing they say is, "What kind of kid is he?" They already know you're good at golf. They wouldn't even be interested in you. Everyone in the Ravens knew the kid was good at football. Just what kind of guy are you? All that stuff you just said is why they picked him, and it's all been true.
Well, again, they didn't expect him to be there. There's no question about that.
Right.
And remember, that draft, I mean, he went to them at number 14. Eric DaCosta told us that night that he got picked. He thought he's a top 5 guy, and he said, in a million years, we never expected him to be there at 14. And if you remember that draft, that was the draft in which the Ravens had quietly traded Marquise Brown, and they hadn't told anyone. And I think they thought Hamilton will be gone, and we're looking to get a wide receiver in this draft, and we're not going to tell anyone that we've traded Marquise Brown because we kind of want those receivers to still be there for us. And if people know, that Marquise Brown is gone, then they think the Ravens want a wide receiver. Anyway, all this happened, and there was this run on wide receivers between picks 8 and 12. Hamilton, who didn't have a great combine time, and some people weren't sure, can he be a safety? Is he too big to be a safety? Is he kind of a tweener positionally? Suddenly he's sitting there at 14, and the Ravens are like, are you kidding me? This guy is still here? And I remember Eric Costa telling us that night, he's like, in a million years, I never expected Kyle Hamilton to be there at number 14. And you're right, Drew. I mean, it is. It is. What's the kid like? They talk about having a star guy. They put a red star on a guy that they think is going to be an outstanding representative and all that. But he's top shelf in every way for them. And so, like I said, nothing that's happened in the time since they drafted him to now would change DaCosta's opinion one bit from that night.
But one of the things that was interesting to us when we made the decision was it's kind of hard to wrap from just the football perspective. To Drew's point, he is a great football player, but it is just so bloody difficult to define how we know what a great football player he is, because there just aren't statistics that do it. Like, we can't look at him and say he's got this number of interceptions or this number of sacks, or there's no number the way there was for Ed Reed, the way there have been for other great players. And so I think that was one of the more interesting parts about this is I think that he has fully elevated into superstar, the next in the legacy of the great Ravens defensive players. And yet when someone asks me, how do you define that, it's still very difficult for me to do.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? He's not going to, you're right. In the end of the year, this year's going to end, and he's not going to have statistics that jump off the page with 14 interceptions or 9 sacks or whatever it might be. But I watch him at practice, and suddenly one day he's with the safeties and then defensive backs. And then the next day he's over there practicing with the linebackers, and they move him all over. And Zach Orr, it's like Zach Orr hit a lottery ticket with this guy. And so they can do anything they want with him. And I asked Zach a couple weeks ago about that, how do you decide, or how do you decide, when you're going to use him where in practice? Or he goes, I wouldn't do it if I didn't know he could handle anything we give him. And he can handle whatever we do. And Kyle Van Noy, I talked to a few players about him after we knew he was going to win. And Kyle Van Noy is like, you can play him anywhere. You can play him at nose guard. You can play him at outside linebacker. You can play him anywhere, and he's going to succeed. And he is really a very different player in terms of positions. And there's not one quite like him. I know the size and the length was one of the things people talked about. Can he actually be a safety at that size? Is he too big? But his positionally, so to get to your point, the numbers will be tricky in terms of he's not going to have numbers that jump right out probably. He'll end up with a lot of tackles. He'll probably have sacks. He'll have interceptions, all of that. But it's just the kind of the fact that you can do anything you want with him, which lets you do so much else, is kind of intangible, but it's so important to what they want to do.
He is Bo Smolka, PressBox Ravens beat writer, and we will link up his stories celebrating Kyle Hamilton as PressBox's Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter for you to check it out. Bo, I know that John said, hey, look, it's Trenton Simpson's gig, and that's just the way it's going to go now with Teddy Buchanan out. Is it that simple? Could Kyle Hamilton factor in there? Could Ardarius Washington maybe factor in there? And is Trenton Simpson at a place where now that, it's the third time he's going to have the opportunity to be the starting weak side linebacker, that he's finally ready to be that guy at this point?
Yeah, it's a tough break. Teddy Buchanan was coming along, and they were pleased with what they saw from him, and now he's out. To answer your question, I don't think we'll see Ted Simpson on the field 70-80% of the snaps like some linebackers would be. I think we will see more of Kyle Hamilton in that kind of floating dime linebacker role. And the fact that Ardarius Washington is back in business probably affects that as well. I think we'll see more of Ardarius Washington. He only played a dozen snaps or so, but so does give them another option for sure. So I think we might see Kyle Hamilton more playing almost as a inside linebacker. And again, we go out there and he's probably one day a week he practices with the inside linebackers, or he has for the last few weeks at least in the little part that we're allowed to watch. But so I think we'll see more of Hamilton down there. We'll see Hamilton floating around the slot. We'll see some of Trenton Simpson. Look, Trenton Simpson has had 2 chances to win the job and wasn't able to do it, so I don't think it's realistic to say he's suddenly going to get a third chance and be Dick Butkus, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that he will get a chance and he'll play more, but I do think they will find other ways to work that out, and Hamilton being in that position or in that rotation will be one of them.
What do you make of what we saw on Sunday in Cincinnati? Is it a sign that the Ravens have somehow figured something out?
Yeah, play the Bengals every week.
Okay. Is it more about a Bengals team that kind of looked like perhaps they had tapped out a bit after losing in Buffalo and, Joe Burrow maybe threatening to retire? What do you make of what we saw? And maybe still do you say, yeah, the defense was better, but the offense still wasn't good enough for this to really be a belief that they're ready to make some sort of late season run?
Well, a few things. One, I think the Bengals quit. I think they are just done, and that's on them. And that's not to dismiss what the Ravens were able to accomplish, but the Bengals to me looked like the team was just totally defeated and ready to be done, offensively and defensively. Late in the second half, I thought that when the Ravens really got that running game going, look, it's 5 degrees, and some of those guys didn't look overly interested in having Derrick Henry run into him. And so that was part of it. I thought that if there was one thing to be encouraged by that game, I mean, Draymond Jones and Tavius Robinson had an impact as pass rushers in ways that we really haven't seen a whole lot this year. Draymond Jones had 5 quarterback hits, and he was in their face, and he was physical, he got attitude. And they need that. And so I think that was a big plus. Tavius Robinson had an impact. He had that big sack on their first drive, a long drive. And I thought that was a big play in that game. Remember, when they played the Bengals 2 weeks ago, it was a close game at halftime. And then in the second half, the Bengals went right down the field on 2 straight drives, scored touchdowns, and the game was over. And now they get the ball in the first quarter, and what do? They go right down the field again. But then on third down, Tavius Robinson sacked them out of field goal range. And then the whole mood to me changed there. And then he had the pressure on the interception that was returned for a touchdown on the handoff from Van Noy to Gilman. But so I thought the pass rush, especially from Draymond Jones and Tavius Robinson, I thought was one of the more significant developments. So that was a real positive. They leaned on the ground game later in the game, which they need to do. Derrick Henry in those late game with the lead, that's what they need him to do. And then also I think the Bengals just looked like a team that was ready to be anywhere else but there.
I think all of that's true, and I think
it was one of the more heartless performances I've ever seen, honestly. And I would say this, for everybody who hates Harbaugh and thinks he's terrible and blah, 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 you've never seen the Ravens do that. Now, the Ravens haven't had many years when they're 3-10, but you've never seen the Ravens lay down like that ever in the second quarter of a game that it actually still meant something to them.
Yep, they weren't eliminated.
As much as the game in Buffalo took most of their energy, it was an awful performance. And the Ravens helped them. And I agree with Bo. I think the third down sack, when they were either going to score a touchdown or a field goal right out of the gate, that was a huge energy zapper from them, for sure.
I agree wholeheartedly. Bo, what else are you monitoring this week?
Well, to be honest, I'm in New Jersey this week, so I'm not monitoring a whole lot. But this is a big game this weekend. First of all, I monitored the game Monday night. That was a big win for Pittsburgh. I mean, the Ravens. That was not ideal for them, for Pittsburgh to kind of come out and get that. A lot of people thought the Dolphins might go in there and steal one. I wasn't sure they would, but the window starts to close a little bit if you're the Ravens. But they've got these 2 back-to-back tough games. They got a New England team that suddenly is also they got 2. The problem with not the problem really, but between Green Bay in 2 weeks and New England this week, these are not only good teams, they're teams with a ton to play for. So they're both competing for division titles. They're competing for seeding. They got a lot to play for. These are going to be really, really tough games. And the Ravens are who they are, and they got where they are, and there's nothing they can do about any of it. But they've got to be, on the top of their game to even make that last game of the season in Pittsburgh matter. And
the Lions could definitely lay an egg. That's the other thing that worries me. The Lions could definitely be the Lions on Sunday and lose 19-16. They could win 44-20.
But at the same time, the Steelers could absolutely go do that in Cleveland too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next week,
right.
So
no doubt,
there's a lot can happen in the next 2 weeks, but things have to break right for the Ravens. The Ravens can go to Pittsburgh with that game mattering for the division title. That's really all they can hope for at this point, and they'd be in a great place if they are. So, but they got to keep playing well. They've got to, Lamar Jackson to me looks like he's better. It was hard to see a lot of, they didn't have a lot of plays last week. They only threw the ball 12 times.
Yeah, they had 40 offensive plays or something.
But the touchdown pass to Zay Flowers was a perfect throw in that, especially in those conditions. And he always should have had another touchdown pass that went off of Zay Flowers' hands. The interception went off his hands. But I thought he looks better. I know he doesn't look like he really wants to run a lot yet, but he looks better to me. So that's encouraging. And like I said, I think the pass rush was encouraging. It'll be interesting to see how well they're able to run against a better defense than the Bengals. I think that's going to be so important this coming weekend.
Although a defense that has been susceptible against the run this season as well, hopefully that's something they can take advantage of. At B Smolka on Twitter, that's how you follow him. PressBoxOnline.com is where you see his stuff. Bo, great job, man. Appreciate you taking the time for us. Let's talk again next week.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Bo Smolka with us here on GCR. All right, when we come back in, we're going to have an actual conversation, and you can share your opinion about Kyle Hamilton being Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year.
I'm 100%.
Turn his mic off. Turn it off. We'll do that next. Drew Forrester's here, Glenn Clark Radio. Get in the game with Volo Sports. With over 15 sports to choose from, join a league or grab a Volo membership for discounted play, free daily pickups, fitness classes, and exclusive events. But the best part? A portion of every league fee helps the Volo Kids Foundation provide free sports to over 5,000 kids across Baltimore City each year. Don't miss out. Early pricing for the winter season ends December 12th. Final registration deadline is January 15th. Sign up now at volosports.com/Baltimore.
Get ready to hit the ultimate holiday jackpot at Live Casino during the live action $1 million giveaway. Every Friday through December 26th, we'll draw 25 lucky cash winners, but only one winner each Friday will advance to the final rounds on December 26th, where you could win $1 million in just 3 spins. Come make your million, only at Live Casino. At Erndale Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The weather's getting cooler, so when you and your family are picking out a place to dine, be it lunch or dinner, let's make it nice and easy. Now, with 2 great locations, the Costas Inn remains your #1 destination. Whether you want to get steamed crabs and the full Costas menu out at the original location at 4100 North Point Boulevard, or sample the complete menu minus the steamed crabs at the new location above the grandstand at the Timonium Racetrack, Costas is your place to go. Check out the website, CostasInn.com, for a look at the menu, and if you want to plan that crab feast, call 410-477-1975. The Costas Inn.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
Looking for Baltimore's premier waterfront dining experience? Head to Nick's Fish House, located in the Baltimore Peninsula. Enjoy crabs all year long, plus happy hour Monday through Thursday from 3 to 6. Planning a celebration? From rehearsal dinners to corporate crab feasts, Nick's is the spot to make it unforgettable. And the fun doesn't stop there. Live music fills the air every Thursday through Sunday. Check out the full lineup at nicksfishhouse.com. Nick's, it's where Baltimore comes to eat, drink, and play by the water.
Make the most out of every day in your Toyota RAV4. Available in hybrid or gas-only models. A RAV4 can get you where you want to go in style. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new RAV4s from your local Toyota dealer today.
Coming back in here with Glenn and the other guy, Garrett, whatever his name is. You know who they are.
All right, back in here on GCR as we continue along on a Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. I'm telling you,
You're
man,
right. I should have followed up and.
You know, look, I've tried having this conversation a few times. I remember what it was like trying to take care of my grandfather at the end of his life. Pop, you got to drink, you're insured. I don't care anymore. Pop, we want you to stick around. Nah, I'm good. Pop, come on, man. Just drink the Ensure for me. Nah.
I did this.
I don't believe.
I know.
I don't believe
you.
you.
Want me again,
do you want me to
but
come
I'm
around and
pissed
help
now.
you?
No, but
Well, it makes you do it right.
He'll hold your
Let's
hand.
just do it now.
He'll hold your
How
hand.
do I log in?
And what? Oh my God!
This is a joke.
The way
No
you did
wonder
the
you.
first time.
This is a scandal.
Oh my God!
No wonder I can't win.
Yeah, that's the reason. Not because you don't know who the teams are. Somebody said, "Drew, what do you think about Boise State?" He said, "I love boys."
I'm back in the thing now that you gave me.
Yeah.
So join. Okay.
Yeah, you
My entries.
you are joined. Yeah, go to your entries. Yes.
This is dynamite.
Are there like multiple
This
entries?
This is just
It says make your picks now.
dynamite
These
radio, man.
effing people.
These
And I
effing
pick-
people. He said,
This is a joke.
"Is it possible he just got all 3 games wrong?"
No.
Have you? Oh,
This
okay.
is so stupid. When you in the old days when you just had a piece of paper and you wrote them down,
That's
it
a
went
great
way
point.
better.
It's a shame that we don't still have that. That's a shame.
I'm logged in.
He's not logged in.
Right. It's going to do this. It's
Oh,
going to ask
God.
me. I've done this before.
Have you? I'm so sure.
I believe you.
This is an outrage.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you got your free $20.
I didn't. Is the thing.
I just sent it to you.
Are you sure? I'm not sure. I still don't have it.
Pisses me off. It's there.
Oh, I just got it. All right. A week after everybody else did.
And you already lost 2 games.
Well, that's on you. That's not on me. We sent you the link.
Is it 2 games I missed?
3. But there's a lot of time. There's a lot of time.
There are lots of games
I'm already
left.
0-3.
Yeah, well, I think some other people might be too.
Yeah, there's one other person.
I think that might be
Well,
the
who
case.
were the games? Because I'll tell you who I picked.
Okay, who'd you pick between Boise State and Washington?
Washington.
Okay,
Okay, you're
Who'd
1-0.
you pick between Prairie View and South Carolina State?
South Carolina State.
Oh, look
Wow.
at you. Look at you. And then last night,
Who played?
the vaunted, the historic, the legendary.
You do it every time you come in here.
That's a great, that's a great point, right?
It's the Salute the Veterans Bowl.
Last night, Jacksonville State and Troy.
What do I do every time?
You salute the veterans.
Yeah.
Oh, salute the
That's
veterans.
what we were saying.
I took Troy.
Oh, so you wouldn't.
It's a shame.
you
Okay,
wouldn't
so I'm
have been
2
on
and
That's a
1.
shame. Hey, what state is Troy in?
Troy is in Tennessee.
I mean, when he's right, like you got to give him a lot of credit for it.
So
You
how
got to
about-
you got to say sometimes when guys are right, they're right. What about Jacksonville State? What's Jacksonville State?
Florida?
2 for 2. I mean,
I know my colleges.
this guy over here. What if I told you they were both in the same state?
They're both in Florida?
They're not both in Florida, believe it or not.
Jacksonville State is not in Florida?
Jacksonville State is not
Get out
in
of here.
Florida.
Where is it?
What if I told you they were both in the same state as Troy?
Texas?
No.
Where's Troy?
Where is Troy? This is good.
I don't know. Louisiana?
This is no. It's our college football resident college football guy right here.
Texas?
You already guessed Texas.
Oh. I did?
You did.
Florida? Oh, I know where Troy is.
Where?
So it's in South Carolina.
Okay, keep going. We've had Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana, and South Carolina. So we're 0 for 5.
Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Mississippi?
0 for 6.
Georgia.
0 for 7.
New York.
0 for 8.
Yeah, it can't be New York. California?
0 for 9.
Nevada.
0 for 10.
Utah.
0 for 11.
You're going.
Colorado.
0 for 12.
Washington.
0 for 13.
Oregon.
14.
This is a joke. Arizona.
15.
Just naming all the states now. Oklahoma.
16.
Kansas.
17.
Nebraska.
18. We're actually going to learn how many states you can name, too. And
Indiana.
19.
Should be able to name
Illinois.
20. Amazingly, you named every state in the geographical area except for this state.
Wyoming.
Not the one. 20.
Colorado.
Other part of the country. 21.
No, you already said Colorado.
Oh, I already said
Ohio.
I guess it again. 22.
Kentucky.
23. Now you've definitively named every part except for this state. Like I actually, if I didn't know better, I would think it was a bit.
Michigan.
24.
Wisconsin.
25.
I said Indiana and Illinois.
You did. You said both them. It wasn't the Midwest. That wasn't the part of the country that you named every state other than.
New Mexico.
It wasn't the Southwest, but 26.
Alabama.
Hey!
Wow.
Hey!
Jacksonville State.
Hey!
Why is Jacksonville State in Alabama?
Well, because there's a city called Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Alabama. Yeah, that's where it is.
Well, most people would get that one wrrong.
You
To
might
be fair.
You might be right, but I don't know if they go over 26.
It's a great game last night. Battle for the old school bell.
Well, it's half the states.
That's well done.
I got it within
Well
half
done.
the states.
All right, I need you to
I
try
know
to
all
have
the
a
state
legitimate
capitals.
conversation.
I know all the state capitals.
A legitimate
Oh, yeah?
conversation about
Alabama.
No. Said he's
do
got to
know.
leave in a couple of minutes,
do.
and we can't miss this dynamite stuff.
All right, let's go.
A legitimate conversation about the selection of Kyle Hamilton as Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year.
I mean, honestly, I think it's fine. I can't even believe I'm saying that.
We used to do this.
Part
you
of
and
the
I.
problem.
You and I used to do this. Who would you have attempted to elevate as the choice this year?
Who won the MIA golf championship last spring?
That's a great point. I hadn't thought about that.
Who would I have picked? Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year. Who would I have picked?
As we did center around 4 finalists.
Boy. Therein lies part of the problem. Like I just remember when we used to do this. Other than the one year when you got in a fist fight with me about Gary, there always used to be someone.
We never gave it to Gary.
Yep, that's because I won.
No,
it should be Gary Williams.
There was a year where Gravis won, and you were mad about it, but I didn't even vote for Gravis.
Trying to think. I'll tell you who would be a really good candidate, and if they would ever get to the effing NCAA tournament,
right? Yeah,
it would be easy to pick Pat.
Of course it would.
Because Pat has really done a lot for the community.
No doubt about it.
It would be easy to pick Pat.
But without getting to the NCAA tournament, it's tough.
I think Hamilton, I do think there's an argument. Obviously, Lamar is number one, but I think there's probably an argument that if, God forbid, right, if something weird happened to Kyle Hamilton this weekend and he couldn't play against Green Bay and Pittsburgh, there's an argument they wouldn't have a tough time winning without him.
I think
For
so.
sure.
I think so.
On the defensive side of the ball, he is their best player. I don't know him at all, so I can't make any, I can't offer any opinion about him as a guy, but I certainly trust Bo's opinion of him. And from what you see of him on the outside, which, again, we all know how that works sometimes, but I think he looks like he's a very upstanding guy. I think it's a good pick. I don't know of... I think the Trevor Rogers thing's tricky, right? I'm not taking anything away when I say this because he didn't do it all year, but he almost did, right? He missed 10 starts. Mm-hmm. Had he done that all year...
Oh, if he had put up that number for an entire season,
he would have won the Cy
it's
Young
one
Award.
of the greatest pitching seasons in the history of baseball.
Now, the problem is the Orioles do such a fantastic job of not letting you know any of their players. that I don't know. Trevor Rogers can walk in here right now.
That's kind of on you. He was a great guest on Glenn Clark Radio. He was outstanding.
I heard.
Yeah.
He could walk in here right now and no one would know who he is. Like,
I don't
baseball
know.
players are different.
Here he would.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Great.
but baseball players in general are just different, right? Adam Jones. There was once upon a time when Adam Jones could have walked through the mall. People would have known who he was. Brian Roberts. People would have known who he was. No one would know Trevor Rogers. No one.
Not.
Right.
I don't.
Baseball players don't have podcasts. Every baseball player doesn't have a podcast.
Right. Well, I think right now Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, maybe Jackson Holiday, and that might be the list of Orioles that if they were.
But I would say that Rogers, in terms of what he did on the field, I would say.
Well, also look, he was someone that I had campaigned for because I just thought his story was tremendous.
It's insane. He was terrible.
Was written off and was one of the
He
worst
didn't go
trades in
9 and
Orioles
11
history.
the year before.
Correct.
He was horrendous.
Correct. He wasn't in the major leagues. He was that bad.
Right.
I thought that story resonated with me.
Agree.
So I had campaigned a lot for Trevor Rogers in this process.
Yeah, I don't see. Queen, flatlined in the tournament. Who cares?
He didn't flatline in the tournament.
He had a career.
I don't know if you
think,
heard
in the Sweet 16 game.
And hit a game. He's like the star of stars
If
at
not for
this
Cooper
point
Flag,
in the NBA.
he would be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
He would.
it's a weird bit. This is where you tap out and you can't do it. Can't.
I'm just so anti
NBA
these guys who leave. It just pisses me
They,
off so much.
Well, he didn't transfer to another school.
I know, but he left the program in shambles. He and Willard. Willard.
They conspired together.
I just saw a kid from Georgetown the other
Jesper
night quit.
Parnovic.
I saw him quit.
Oh, Deshaun Harris-Smith.
Deshaun Harris-Smith quit.
Well, he actually did quit.
Well, they said to him, "Can you make 3 foul shots in a row?" And he didn't. And they said, "Okay, you're done."
Did you bet on him in foul shot? How do you know that?
Who
Did you
was
bet
the
on
other-
him in foul
Who
shots?
was the other guy on the list?
Blake Horvath from Navy.
Oh yeah, that's a 0. That's a no. That's just you being friendly.
No, it's not at all. I don't. Just say you don't pay attention.
And
It's
you put-
okay.
So now I do have an honest question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have considered or put Ovechkin on there?
He's not local because we've done this before.
But Derek Queen is.
Yes, but Derek Queen's from Baltimore. I know that's a difficult thing. He's from Baltimore.
Yeah, where'd he play?
So he played in College Park, which is in
No, but
Maryland.
where did he play high school?
Oh, he didn't play high school here. You're right. But that's not
He played
technically
1
true.
year.
He did play at St.
1
Francis
year.
briefly.
1 year.
He did briefly play at St. Francis.
Yeah. So you don't have Ovechkin on. You're going to set the all-time goal scoring record.
Right. Well, if we did
the
the
defensive end from Navy.
He's the quarterback. Yeah. That's where you're from. You're from that county, and you're not.
And I love Navy.
You're,
And that's about funny
why
part
are
is
you
I
doing
love-
this?
I'm bored.
I attempted to have you have a legitimate conversation.
The problem is you picked the right guy. That's the problem. Had you not picked the right guy, I'd be in here yelling at you.
I can't believe.
But you picked the right guy.
I can't believe we had to force Drew to say that. I can't believe it.
You want the
I
truth?
can't
You
believe-
can't handle the truth. You picked the right guy.
You said the Lucas is worried
Now,
about the Caps.
I will. What was that?
Lucas is worried about the Caps with the recent.
They're getting drubbed.
Not good.
They're getting their asses kicked.
Have a very good road trip. But
they bounce
your
back?
anti-capital venom is.
It's not anti-capital venom. If we qualify,
He set the all-time goal
I'm
scoring
aware.
record.
If he was a local athlete, then 100%. If we qualify that it was for some reason a Baltimore-Washington award, then that would be a different conversation. It's not. I assume if there was still a PressBox Washington that he would be the winner. I don't pay attention enough to Washington sports to know if there would be even another.
Jaden Daniels.
Well, you
Lord
missed the
knows there
boat
would not be
Yeah.
another candidate. There definitely would not. They're all terrible,
You
aren't
missed the
they?
boat.
On what?
On Ovi.
It's a bad bit, man. That's a bad.
Set the all-time
bit.
goal scoring record.
I'm quite aware. The franchise moved. We could talk about it. I'd have that conversation.
But you got the right guy. You got the right guy.
It's a weird
Who else are you going to take?
No, those were the finalists.
Right.
Those were the four.
That's what I mean.
Those were the four.
That's what I mean. Yeah, who else are you picking? So,
All right.
All right.
Well, I thought that you were such a Maryland fan. Now
I'm
that,
pissed
like,
about that. One of the things that I'm angry about is this football pick'em thing.
Yeah.
Angry about
Because I
that.
did it. I did it.
Well,
I put them all in.
Well,
Make sure you do it now.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
I'll
You
give
guys
you all
got
the
my
answers.
money. You don't care.
that's true. But we don't have your money. The helping up mission will have you. You're acting like this is being pocketed. It's going. I'm headed to Target later today
I gotta go do
to,
this.
to purchase underpants and shirts.
I've been there, done that with you before.
Drew and I have made quite a few underwear runs in our day.
That lady said one time, "You guys okay?" I'm like, "How do these look on me?"
Yeah.
Does this peach color go well with what I'm with my eyeliner?
Yeah, have this. Will I avoid tan lines with this?
Right.
It's gonna go.
All right. Well,
All
God
right.
bless you.
Drew'sMorningDish.com, of course. And are you gonna come in? I think we're gonna do the drinking show next Tuesday. You can come in. And hang out
Tuesday?
with us?
Yeah, I'll come in next Tuesday.
All right, come in and hang.
Just
out.
remind me.
All right.
We tried reminding you about 60 other things. It never changes.
Well, just remind me about that because that's important.
All right.
Because then I'm come in. What are we having?
Well, I think we're gonna do a Malort eggnog. I think we're gonna make that happen next Tuesday. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Do you drink? I don't even know if you drink anymore. Do you drink
I just
wine?
Drink wine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't had a glass of wine in 2 weeks.
That's what. Oh, okay. All right. I thought you.
I haven't. I mean, I love wine. I just.
Right.
It's got to be there. I'm not a come home at 5 o'clock and have a martini. Like I got to have a reason to have a glass of wine, and
All
I just
right.
haven't had a reason.
I'm bringing a bottle of wine. We'll have some wine next Tuesday.
Waste a good bottle
There
of
we
wine.
go. That's Drew Forrester,
All
Drew'sMorningDish.com.
Go Caps.
At its hooded for.
At least somebody around here gives them the respect they deserve.
Yeah, there you go.
Are they winning tomorrow night?
Maple Leafs, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to that. I'm got a busy day tomorrow. I'd like to go to that game. I don't know, but thanks a lot last night, Matt Boldy, for only scoring 1 goal, you scumbag.
So that's not an answer in any way. Doesn't help. This poor man's brother just wants to know if he should bet on the Capitals tomorrow night or not. You can't give him an answer.
Oh, tomorrow night? Yeah, they'll win tomorrow night.
There you go.
All right.
They'll beat Toronto.
There you go.
But,
It's a lock.
Yeah, but last night I needed Boldy to come through for me for Minnesota.
Been outscored 10-1 in their last 2 games. There's Drew Forrester, Drew'sMorningDish.com. Alohi Gilman named AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Much deserved.
I guess. It's a little bit of a weird bit. I don't think
Had the
he was
84-yard touchdown return.
right. I don't think he was one of.
He had the 84-yard
No,
touchdown
I'm aware.
interception
He
return.
definitely scored the touchdown. It's a very weird bit, man. But Alohi
It's
Gilman.
just
named
nobody
him.
had a good week.
But I just think there were better Ravens options.
I mean, that's
for
yeah. He
for
was
defensive.
our third. Oh, he wasn't even on your list.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, he might have been my third. I thought Travis Jones might have been my third. I mean, like, I thought he had a good game on the whole, but I just thought there were other options. He did run the touchdown back though, like that did
He's fast.
happen. It's his first career Defensive Player of the Week award, and the second Raven to win it this year, as Roquan Smith won it for the Browns game in Week 2. So there's that note. We are waiting today to find out if Chidobe Awuzie will be on the practice field for the Ravens. Also, it'd be interesting to see if they do make a roster move. Presumably, Teddy Buchanan goes to IR, but then it just sort of becomes a question of, do they need to fill that spot with, an active inside linebacker, or I can't even, I think they have a linebacker on the practice squad, if I remember correctly, and it's someone whose name I'm not familiar with, like Kwenku or something like that.
Is Jay Higgins supposed
Jay
to
Higgins
come
is
back?
hurt. Is he
but,
going to
like,
come
he's-
back?
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to.
Do not remember if Jay Higgins was going to return or not. Jay Higgins return. I have no answer to that question.
Oh yeah, William. Yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, you got it?
No.
Go give it a shot.
Quenkeu.
Quenkeu? Maybe. That might be it. I don't know. But he's on the practice squad, so maybe like for depth they could elevate him so they wouldn't have to use the roster spot on inside linebacker. Or I'll go ahead and have this conversation because the Dolphins have decided to tap out right after I spent some fab on Darren Waller so that Quinn Ewers can throw him the football.
Could still work. Maybe Quinn Ewers is really good.
Maybe.
They think he's better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah? You going to play him over Dalton Schultz this week?
No.
Yeah.
Well, who's Schultz play? Who's Houston play?
I don't remember. I don't remember. That's my. I picked up Darren Waller with the intent to play him over Dalton Schultz, but and in another league over Theo Johnson, and now I'm like, I don't know if I can do that or not. I mean, like I get it. Why wouldn't you throw the ball to Darren Waller? I understand, but. So they're turning away from Tua Tagovailoa, but on top of that, they're also releasing former Raven Matt Judon. I'll go ahead and be the one to handle it.
Yes. Oh.
I would be stunned. I would be stunned.
Look at all that production.
Right. I know he's done nothing.
One TFL.
Right. It's not just that. Even if he had been semi-productive this year, I'd still be stunned. I've talked about it before. While the Ravens have, it's funny whenever the Ravens have a need. Like I don't remember what year Mark Andrews got hurt, and the first thing I do is think about guys that have been in the system that might be available. And then someone says, "You guys are obsessed with former Ravens." Well, no, it's that there's logic to it.
It's like why Phillip Rivers got picked
Right,
up.
there's logic to someone who is familiar with your vocabulary, someone who is familiar with that might make more sense than someone else who just comes in off the street. It's legitimately the reason why the Ravens were more interested in Draymond Jones than they might have been in other players, because they valued the fact that he had been with Denard Wilson in Tennessee and with Mike McDonald in Seattle. What Zach Orr does, for obvious reasons, is very similar, vocabulary-wise, language-wise, to what Mike McDonald does in Seattle and what Denard Wilson brought to Tennessee. So they said that would be valuable. Now, he had never been in Baltimore before. He wasn't a reunion with a former Raven, but it was a similar concept. That's the reason why whenever we're having a conversation like this, we consider it. Now, Matt Judon is so far removed from the Ravens at this point that
he's got not a whole lot of...
I don't even think that part really resonates. But then I'll add... Is somebody checking in?
I don't.
All right, well, if they're nice, right? Like maybe we put them through. But add to that, based on what I remember of how things ended with Matt Judon and the Ravens, while adults are adults and people can certainly overcome things if they think that something would be good for them, I just would be surprised to stunned. And I get it. You can say, well, hey, just because it wasn't working, maybe he gets back to Baltimore and that you get something out of him. I don't think that's happening. That's all I can say. I don't think that's happening. And it's not even me saying no way, no how, no sir, because you're probably using a roster spot on someone. David Ajabo isn't productive either, right? Although, again, he did make a special teams tackle this week.
He did?
David Ajabo isn't productive either, but they're going to use a roster spot on him. Like I always understand the argument that, like, you can probably use a roster spot in a worse way. I just don't see this. I don't see that occurring. I think that's it as far as news is concerned. I think that's the list of things that we needed to cover today. I enjoyed the Bear. What?
Kirk Herbstreit apologized.
Well, so what did he say? I'm interested in that.
He did tweet. It was kind of long. It was kind of a long thing that he
All
tweeted.
right.
But,
Are they, because they also deleted the post.
yes, they deleted
And I was upset about that because I wanted to talk about it today.
He
Right.
posted a little. I mean, they talked about it on their podcast. And then,
Just wanted to address a mistake that we made on my socials earlier this week related to last weekend's College Football Saturday. We posted a video where Joey Galloway and I were talking about how strange it was to be at home and not traveling on a college football weekend since the end of August, and how we felt like we didn't know what to do with ourselves. We posted the video with a caption that was very misleading about, quote, "weird not having any CFB this weekend," unquote. Some took that out of context and ran with it. That's on me. My apologies for any disrespect, albeit unintentional, to the teams that played last weekend, especially Army and Navy. Not sure there is a game I personally look forward to more every year than Army and Navy. They play for the love of each other and love of the game. And anybody who has ever watched me for the last 30 years on TV knows how I feel about that game. Sorry for any confusion and, again, any disrespect that this created. It was a simple case of miscommunication. Just felt the need to address it. Thank you. So, look, I absolutely believe, and in reading more, like I saw the same tweet that everybody else saw and kind of ran with it, that it's also even possible that Kirk Herbstreit had nothing to do with the tweet.
which I believe, I don't know how true how much it does have to do with it, but I believe his son does run his account and like puts up most of like the clips that
I think it's quite possible that, and it might not even, who knows, maybe it's not his son, maybe it's just somebody else who works with him, that someone said, hey, we need to, there are times where Like Griffin puts up something for us,
and then Glenn rips it,
and then I literally fist fight him. I actually go get a 2x4 and hit him across the head.
And then I obviously win.
No, I mean, it still happens every now and then. It happened more when Griffin started, but like every now and then I'll be like, hey, we can't say that, or that's a mistake. Or Griffin will say, make a mild mistake. Like at one point, I think I know how it happened. We all make mistakes. We went, like the last time we had Eli Heidenreich on, Griffin said he was a snipe back.
Oh.
Because snipe is a really interesting position that is very rarely utilized or called snipe. And so they also happens to be on their website that it says his position is SB. And so I'm calling him a snipe, which is what his position actually is, because he used to be a slot back, and so that was the reason why it said SB. And I think Griffin just sort of meshed those two things together and said snipe back. And then I had some listener, the heck is a snipe back? Not adding something to the show, just being a dick, because that's all we have the ability to do. So I got to say to Griffin, hey, man, there's no such thing as a snipe back. It's just a snipe. That's what it is. All good.
Yeah,
not
I
the
think I
end
just
of the
referred
world.
to him yesterday as like Navy hero.
And that's fine too, right? Like that's also fine. And he is, no doubt about it. But sometimes we'll make mistakes. Sometimes I'll make mistakes when I'm sharing something. Literally, the number of times that I get infuriated with myself because I thought I put out a good tweet, and then I have like 4 words that instead of it saying like out, it says at. Because I'm like sending it from my toilet as I'm doing 17 other things.
Oh, that's where you're tweeting?
I mean, most of the time. But like stuff like that happens constantly. If I had to guess, Kirk Herbstreit himself wasn't actually involved with sending out this tweet. This was the caption that they chose to try to post a video, and someone not thinking about it was trying to share, like, it was weird that Kirk and Joey. Now, that's another conversation. Why doesn't College Gaming go to Army-Navy anymore? The answer is probably somewhere between they don't want to admit they were getting paid to do it a lot of times, and they might not be getting paid or paid enough to do it anymore, and that would require them saying, no, we weren't doing it because we thought it was the right thing to do. We were doing it because we were getting paid to. Or with the college football playoff coming about, they're now doing shows the following weekend. So their answer is probably,
they're doing a Friday night show.
we really want to give these guys one weekend before the holidays that they can spend with their families. That might be the answer they would give you, is that in the past they had the weekend before Christmas off, and now they don't have that weekend off anymore. So that's our trade-off, is that we want these guys to have one weekend with their families before the holidays. Now, somebody might say maybe you rotate, maybe each guy gets a different week off, like between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so that you can keep doing the shows. Like we can have that conversation all you want. But it just hit at the wrong time, because there was enough bullshit being spewed about, we're wasting this Saturday with just Army-Navy.
Right, because it was combined with whatever Joel Klatt was saying.
Right,
And that random guy from
all of
CBS.
it, and then all of the ghoulishness about the group of 5, and it all hits at the exact same time. This alone, in another circumstance, maybe it's more, all right, dude, you just said, somebody put up a bad tweet.
And
right?
frankly, because there was only one game going on. Like, there wasn't 10
Yeah.
top 10 teams to talk about, and, what they did or didn't do over the weekend. So.
Right, so yeah, if you're talking about college football, we're kind of over the Notre Dame thing. Like, we've moved on from it. This is what we were talking about. And so it all kind of ends up, I don't think that Kirk Herbstreit meant to disparage Army-Navy specifically. I don't. I genuinely, I don't believe that. But there's enough people that are saying enough dumb things right now that everything becomes a minefield. And it's such low-hanging fruit. It's what I said yesterday. All of this nonsense is because these people don't have their bread buttered by these conferences. They're not going to go after the Big Ten or the SEC because that's how they make their money. It's just way easier for them to punch down. and it's ghoulish. It's wretched. It is so poisonous, man. And not one of them has made a relevant point yet. I'm still waiting. As I said yesterday, the best point that anyone has made is, well, I'd just rather have this. Which is a horrible argument. It's a worthless argument. And yet it's better than any of the arguments that anybody else has made. And no one makes a good argument about, like, if you even start the conversation with, well, you know, I respect Army and Navy, and just stop. Just stop, man. It's okay for us to say Army Navy is something different. It's not like other. We should treat it as such. God, the strong. Somebody yesterday was doing that. Well, we don't do that with Air Force. You're right. You're right. We don't treat Air Force like Army or Navy. And they certainly deserve, you know, a lot of credit and respect and all of that. But there's something American about Army, Navy that goes even further than Air Force. Or, believe it or not, maybe one day Space Force.
One day Merchant Marines as well.
Merchant Marine Academy is the Coast Guard, you know, all those things. I'm not trying to compare the Air Force to the Coast Guard.
Citadel, Virginia Military
These are all wonderful institutions, right? Like, I respect all of them. But Army and Navy are hallowed. And by the way, are also really important in the history of college football. That has something to do with this. It harkens back to an era where, believe it or not, these programs were winning the national championships and producing Heisman Trophy winners. It's a celebration of all of that. So, as I said in my column, if you don't get it, you don't get it. That's on you. I'm not going to try to win you over anymore. Those of us that do get it, and there's a lot. I don't know if you saw the ratings. Highest rated college football game of the year on CBS. And somebody would say, well, that's because there's no competition. That helps, there's no doubt. But if you're telling me that no one's willing to watch these teams, Oregon and Indiana, and there's no SEC on it. Oregon and Indiana played one of the 3 biggest college football games of the year this year. I mean, obviously Indiana, if we only use regular season games.
Just looking at like the rankings.
If we took the championship games out of it, how many games this year were more important, were bigger than Indiana, Oregon? And there were millions more people watching Army Navy than there were watching Oregon, Indiana. Come back in. Get a tidbit. We'll get tubular. We'll start to wind things down. It would be a Would You Rather Wednesday edition. I'll explain what I attempted to do today, but you guys are failing me, so it's what it is. Today's show also brought to you by CountySports.zone, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com. Find everything you need to know about basketball season, all winter sports at the high school level here in the state of Maryland at CountySports.zone.
The weather's getting cooler, so when you and your family are picking out a place to dine, be it lunch or dinner, let's make it nice and easy. Now, with 2 great locations, the Costas Inn remains your #1 destination. Whether you want to get steamed crabs and the full Costas menu out at the original location at 4100 North Point Boulevard, or sample the complete menu minus the steamed crabs at the new location above the grandstand at the Timonium Racetrack. Costas is your place to go. Check out the website, CostasInn.com, for a look at the menu, and if you want to plan that crab feast, call 410-477-1975. The Costas Inn.
Get in the game with Volo Sports. With over 15 sports to choose from, join a league or grab a Volo membership for discounted play, free daily pickups, fitness classes, and exclusive events. But the best part? A portion of every league fee helps the Volo Kids Foundation provide free sports to over 5,000 kids across Baltimore City each year. Don't miss out. Early pricing for the winter season ends December 12th. Final registration deadline is January 15th. Sign up now at volosports.com/Baltimore.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
The latest edition of PressBox is available now, and it's our annual Best of issue, celebrating the top people, performances, and moments of 2025 in local sports. On the cover, we recognize 4 of the most significant athletes of the year: Orioles pitcher Trevor Rogers, Navy quarterback Blake Horvath, Maryland basketball star Derek Queen, and our 2025 Mo Gaba Sportsperson of the Year, Ravens safety Kyle Hamilton. PressBox is available for free at over 250 locations throughout the region, including your Baltimore area High's dairy stores. Plus, you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
Get ready to hit the ultimate holiday jackpot at Live Casino during the live action $1 million giveaway. Every Friday through December 26th, we'll draw 25 lucky cash winners, but only one winner each Friday will advance to the final rounds on December 26th, where you could win $1 million in just 3 spins. Come make your million only at Live Casino at Erndale Mills. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Contrary to what some people believe, I actually like this guy when he sleeps. Glenn Clark, talking sports.
All right, back in here on GCR as we continue along on a Wednesday edition of the program. I put up something on social today that said I was in a giving mood, so I wanted to give away. Maybe I just did it the wrong way. I said I want to give away 3 Flocky Ass shirts today for folks that give good Would You Rather questions. And when we started this years ago, it was always you could either win by responding or by posing your own. And for like the first year, every now and then, and then at some point, people just stopped posing their own. So I don't know. I had that feeling today, like it's the last time we're doing Would You Rather Wednesday before the holidays, because we'll be off next Wednesday for Christmas Eve. I was like, man, let's give away some shirts, right? Like let's do something. And gotten very few. Would you rather the Orioles make the playoffs and get swept again in the wild card round, or not make the playoffs and finally invest in some pitching for the next few years? I mean,
Say it again. So the Orioles
make the playoffs and get swept in the wild card round, or not make the playoffs and finally invest in pitching. I mean, like in those 2 scenarios, you'd of course choose not. If you know you're getting swept, then there's no point. And if the other one involves a reward, then
so should it be make the playoffs, sweep the wild card round,
right?
Get swept.
I don't know.
Divisional
yeah,
series?
I don't know. I don't know. I got to think about how I can make that. How would I make that a legitimate? Would you rather?
So we
that
do
would
like
be
we invest in pitching this year, but we
no. He's
suck,
like
but
he's saying.
So like process over results.
Yeah, I think it's more like after next year. He's
Okay,
like suggesting they're not going to do pitching.
So they still suck
this year.
and it's like, all right, well, fine. I guess we have to do pitching now. Well, then I'll go with the first one. I guess I'd rather enjoy this next season since we're not going to have a 2027. Yeah.
You keep coming back to not going to have a 2027.
Yeah.
Troy, would you rather have the Ravens win the AFC North and lose in the second round of the playoffs, or dye your hair either green and red or blue and silver, and the Steelers win the... What?
Blue and silver.
Troy, you're missing something here, bud.
Blue and silver for...
What am I missing?
For Memphis?
I don't know. Troy, would you rather have the Ravens win the AFC North and lose in the second round of the playoffs, or dye your hair either green and red or blue and silver, and the Steelers win the North? Well, I think the Ravens winning the North would be the answer. Why am I dyeing? What does dyeing my hair have to do with this?
Punishment.
Troy, I don't think you thought this through. I don't think you thought it through. And Dwight said that either the Ravens make the Super Bowl or the Orioles sign a big-name free agent pitcher. I mean, make the Super Bowl, I think
I'll take both.
Yeah, but I think of the two, make the Super Bowl is still...
Because they can still because the Orioles could still be good without a... I mean, how many big market pitchers are
I mean,
there?
or the Orioles aren't very good, but you potentially won the Super Bowl. Like anything that involves you have a chance, unless you said they're going to make it but lose. If you use that specifically, they're going to make it but lose. Then
that would be interesting.
That would be different, right? Like, but if you say they're going to make the Super Bowl, that means they could win the Super Bowl. So I'm going to have to choose that one. Always, every time, 10 out of 10.
Who are we facing? Rams?
I don't know. But I understand what people are going through is the difficulty that I have each week is like you're doing the math of how you get this.
How to weigh them.
How to get it to make it closer to 50-50. And it's not easy. So I tried to pass it along. It's been a struggle, but I don't know. Maybe we'll give out some shirts anyway. Today's show has also been brought to you by the Stan the Fan Variety Hour. Missed it earlier this week. Stan the Fan, Luke Jackson caught up with Jacob Calvin-Meyer from the Baltimore Sun. Talking Orioles, talking Pete Alonso. You can find that, facebook.com/PressBoxSports, youtube.com/PressBoxOnline, or PressBoxOnline.com/video. As always, Stan's shows brought to you by the Costas Inn and the new Costas Inn in Timonium. All right. You want to get a tidbit?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get a
Ready.
tidbit. Tidbit will be brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel, the best place to watch every big event, every big fight. Never pay pay-per-view prices. It's really neat how they were like, oh, the UFC is going to be on CBS now. And then they were like, yeah, but not like the real fights. Not the ones you want to watch. You're still going to have to pay for those.
Well, it'll be on Paramount, though, right?
That's the word, is that they'll be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But you still have to pay for that.
It's the PLE, right?
And while you might, a lot of other people would say, nah, I'm good.
But a lot of people have, I think more and more people already have Paramounts.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't sense that that's the case.
Survivor.
Yeah, I know you're obsessed with Survivor. I understand
Top Gun.
that. Right, but you can only watch, there's 2 Top Guns. It's not like they're putting out new Top Guns.
But also, I think,
ever.
like Landman.
I think that Landman is a big grab for people to have Paramount. I happen to have Paramount Plus. I do, but that's because I
welcome back to the UFC.
I cut the cord. Like by the way, the fact that they're going to raise the price
One
because
college football game a week.
That's right. That is important. The fact that they're going to raise the price for because they're getting the UFC might make me think about whether or not I keep Paramount Plus.
Yeah, we'll see how much. When do they have they announced what they're going to raise it to
I don't
yet?
think they've announced that yet.
Okay,
No.
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, never pay pay-per-view prices. Watch the fights inside Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel.
JJ McCarthy.
Yes.
On Sunday night.
9.
9. 9 himself had he became the first player to have 3 games with 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in 3 of his first 8 career games.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, so congratulations to JJ McCarthy, obviously. Yeah.
He's the best young quarterback of all time. I think we can all agree.
Then
Definitely.
I wanted to expand it. Can you
In fact,
name-
if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, you see how good JJ McCarthy is? You got to make that trade.
Just do it.
You got to do it. Make the trade, man. How do you not?
Probably send over a couple firsts.
Just to make sure you get it done, 100%, whatever it takes.
Cut everyone else out of the deal.
No doubt.
Who has the most such games of these? 1 rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdown games.
All time?
29, yes.
Cam Newton.
No, number 2. He is 7 behind the leader.
Michael Vick.
Nope.
Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
Steve Young.
Lamar is tied for 10th.
Okay.
No, Steve Young is 5th.
Fran Tarkenton.
He is 7th.
Patrick Mahomes.
No Mahomes.
Warren Moon.
Mahomes pretty low. No, Moon is 24th.
It's because this is a really bizarre.
2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. 1 rushing touchdown. Most games.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is number 1.
Is he?
29 games with multi-passing touchdowns and at least 1 rushing touchdown.
Okay.
Newton is 2. You named Tarkenton 7th, so you have 4 of the top 7, 3 others in the top 7 here.
Great.
Thanks for your enthusiasm.
Yeah. How about John Elway?
No, John Elway is 9th.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is in there. He's number 3.
Really?
Behind Cam Newton and Josh Allen.
That's impressive.
Did he have 2 passing touchdowns against the Ravens? So he would have. Did he add himself to this list 2 weeks ago?
Maybe.
Jeez.
But
that's probably he's been in the league for a while, so.
Man, how about Randall Cunningham?
No, not Randall Cunningham. Think more guys that just been around for a long time.
Oh, okay. So it's not really about their rushing. It's
Yeah.
just sort of that they had a million games. Ben Roethlisberger.
Not Big Ben.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is in there.
He did also. No one fell forward for a yard. Like we joke about the tush push now, but like Tom Brady, no human being has ever done anything as well as Tom Brady fell forward for a yard when his team needed it. Peyton Manning.
Not Pete.
He did not fall
No,
forward.
he did not. He did
not
not. Despite
fall
that
forward
length of the neck, he didn't. didn't know how to use
guys
it.
that played for a long time. Drew Brees.
I guess maybe this guy. I guess this guy does kind of know. He's technically still active, but he's not playing on his team.
He's technically still active.
He did
but
play at
not-
one point this week. He had one good game,
He had one. Oh my God.
but he's not playing anymore.
He had one good game. He's technically still active.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. He is still active.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I just he's not good.
He's still active. He's not good. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
There
my
you go.
bad.
There
Russell
you go.
Wilson.
Josh
There you
Allen,
go.
Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson fourth
All right.
on that list.
That was an adventure.
That was a great list.
Tubular is brought to you today by Project Game Day. We're back late night this Sunday. Following Ravens Patriots, come hang out with us. PressBoxOnline.com/game day. It's all brought to you by 1-800-GAMBLER. HelpMyGamblingProblem.org, the Costa Inn and Live Casino and Hotel. Myself, Rita, KZ, Stetka, I'm told, is back. Griffin and former Ravens linebacker Tyus Bowser breaking down each and every game. We'll see you on Sunday night for Project Game Day. Here's what's coming up tonight. Nothing.
What do you mean?
Nothing. 2 bowl games tonight. The vaunted Cure Bowl, Old Dominion in South Florida at 5 o'clock, and then the 68 Ventures Bowl,
Boom.
Louisiana and Delaware at 8:30, both on ESPN.
And the Survivor 49 finale, obviously.
Obviously, got to watch
Gotta
that.
see
There's
this.
some Big East basketball for some reason tonight. That's odd. Fox Sports 1 is Creighton Xavier at 6:30 and
UConn
Georgetown
played last
Marquette at
night.
8:30. An old Pac-12 rivalry renewed, Arizona State and UCLA at 10:30 on FS1. I don't know. Everything else, go to GlennClarkRadio.com.
It's
and
the
find it
iHeartRadio
there.
Jingle Ball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Duh.
Clippers Thunder at 8 on NBA TV. Wizards Spurs tonight at 8 on Monumental. Wait, the Spurs have to play tonight after they had to play in the cockamamie thing last. Is that for real?
Jeez. Are
That
they
can't
really?
be that can't be real. That's got to be a mistake that I made or something, right? Like, there's no way. It's tomorrow. Okay. All right. Maybe
They
they
just, like,
moved.
moved it?
Maybe they moved the game because the Spurs made the thing. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because I think
All
they
right.
purposely did have no one playing yesterday. Like, no one had
Right.
a scheduled game. Yeah.
All right. All right.
It is the season
Or
2.
I might have just screwed up. That's also possible.
Season 2 of Fallout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The
I never
series on
watched.
Prime
I never
Video.
watched Fallout, but I
Yeah,
heard
I mean,
was
it
good.
looks well
Yeah.
done. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know, not necessarily. I guess not necessarily for me. Netflix has What's in the Box
Oh,
game show hosted by Neil Patrick Harris.
okay, and that's guessing what's in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Players answer trivia questions to win spectacular hidden prizes or steal them from.
What did John bring from lunch for lunch today? Because I can smell it from here. What did you bring for lunch today? Okay.
And
Doesn't-
here's the
doesn't
quick
smell like
teaser
anything.
trailer for a potential book club for
Ooh,
you called
okay.
Murder in Monaco.
Murder in Monaco. You
Yes.
said.
Do you want anything to drink?
No, thank you. I want this over with as quickly as possible.
I'm already in.
There is a murder mystery to report to you tonight. The victim, an elusive billionaire banker. It raises a whole lot of questions like who wanted him dead and why.
Edmund Safra.
Edmund Safra.
Edmund Safra.
Is unfolding at the favorite playground of the rich and famous, Monaco.
Monaco. Oh, God.
Do you want anything to drink?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
There you go. There you go. That's on Netflix.
I'm definitely listening. That sounds good. All right. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do a show before the holidays. Man, there's just so much going on right now. I'm sorry. I'd love to do reading. I even bought something for, I'm into it. I bought some Snickerdoodle flavored Hershey Kisses, but it's just a tough time of year. If we had been able to track down the Grinch fries, we would have made sure to do a show. But you might not have heard Griffin and I. Griffin and I had quite the adventure last week trying to find the Grinch fries. Holy F. I went to 3 different McDonald's, including one where I had to wait in a 20-minute drive-through line only for them to, I thought you just said you wanted a large fry.
Oh, things we didn't cover.
Yeah.
The Santa Grinch horse race or whatever that they do.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I have not seen that.
Hold on, let me.
All right.
I think
I did want to give a look, man. I'm never going to be a New York Knicks fan, but shout out either the Knicks and or the NBA. As Shams reported today, that Knicks are not going to hang a banner for this dumb thing.
Another one that we left off Tubular. It's the
I'm good.
press conference.
I'm good. What is this?
They race apparently.
It's Saratoga.
Yeah.
But who's?
It's Santa versus the Grinch.
Oh, they're just riding.
Yeah.
Okay. This is with the harness racing where
Yeah, this
one
is
person's
like-
dressed as Santa and one person's dressed as the Grinch.
It's very long. Hold on.
All right. I respect it. I love this. This is good content. I'm all in. Yeah. We don't have to.
Grinch is
We
smoking.
don't have to keep watching.
Grinch is
We're good. The Santa's been eating a lot of cookies, man. Like, it's kind of tough for Santa. It's a little unfair. And the Grinch. Think about the size of the Grinch's heart, right?
Here's
Like
the ending. I think this is the ending. Wow, yeah, Grinch smoke. I mean,
Yeah,
Santa was never
smoke,
in it.
Yeah. Now I don't know what the story was of the Bucks last year. Remember 2 years ago the NBA forced the Lakers to hang.
Bucks did raise.
But did they do that because they had to or because they wanted to?
Don't know.
Because the NBA forced the Lakers to put up a cockamamie banner because they were trying to get the Lakers to put over the stupid NBA Cup. Then last year the Bucks hung a banner, but I don't know if that was because they had to or because they wanted to. So I don't know what the story is here with the Knicks. So the Knicks spitting in the face of the NBA and saying, we're not going to do this, despite the fact that you want us to? Or did the NBA say, we no longer care about this, so the Knicks are like, dude, teams are not going to hang banners
But Adam
for this.
Silver's been talking about how much he loves the NBA Cup.
I know. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like he has a vested interest in that. Look, man, if for some reason
The way Yahoo Sports, their tweet says it says the Bucks and Lakers did opt to hang the banners.
the
making it
reporting
sound like it was
the reporting
decision,
around the Lakers definitively was that they were told they had to. Now maybe that, like, in the end, maybe they would have done it anyway, but the reporting surrounding the Lakers was that they were told, or at least encouraged to. So I have no idea what to make of it, but God bless you. Whether you were given the choice or not,
Oh my God! Wait,
God
you see
bless
the
you.
Bucks? Did you see the Bucks banner from last year?
No, Lord, no. God bless you to the Knicks for choosing not to. Oh. It's not even trying. That reeks of we were told we had. That is this today is, or it is your birthday. That's what that is. That reeks of we were told we had to do this. So factually speaking, we did it. End of. I mean, that's exactly what that is. Hopefully, they hung it somewhere not close to their actual championship banner. Hopefully, like they put it up in a different part of the arena.
Oh boy! Wait a minute.
What?
I got another picture. That looks like it is right next to.
Oh no!
The rest of the.
Oh, that's worse. That's bad. The Lakers definitely put it up next to all their championship banners. But they have a lot of them, so like it's kind of hard to hide it. And they were also sharing the arena with like 3 other teams at the time. I think the Clippers were still playing there. Yeah, okay. But they at least, all right, I will give them credit. While it is next to it, and that's a bummer, you do have to give them credit. The 2 banners there kind of make it abundantly clear.
One's a championship.
They're telling you everything you need to know. They are going out of their way to make it abundantly clear that they don't actually treat that banner as being real. But they still shouldn't be hanging it anyway. And blessings be to the Knicks for saying, we ain't doing that.
I just feel bad for the fans. They haven't had anything to
yeah,
celebrate.
right. We ain't doing that, Jack. We're not doing
They thought they could be excited.
Thanks today to Drew, I guess. Thanks also to Bo Smolka. We'll get it up in the greatest hits section of the...
Timothy Chalamet is going to be on with somebody tonight. Oh, him and the Duffer Brothers on Fallon.
What are the Duffer Brothers?
They created Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tab at GlennClarkRadio.com. I was so terrified it was like some YouTube thing. Turns out they actually...
Oh, you mean Jimmy Donaldson, the legend?
Yeah, the
Mr.
legend.
Beast.
Tomorrow on the program, we'll do our regular Thursday stuff. KZ will join us for picks. Patrick will join us to talk college hoops. Bay Harvey, Johns Hopkins quarterback, is going to check in with us. They're getting ready for the national semifinals on Saturday out in Wisconsin. So he'll tell us about that and stuff and things.
Yeah.
Stuff and things. That's where we're at. Thanks to everybody at PressBox, all of our great sponsors and partners, including Volo Sports, Costas Inn, Live Casino and Hotel Maryland, at countysports.zone, your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com, 1-800-GAMBLER, helpmygambling.problem.org, Baltimore area High's Dairy Stores, Nick's Fish House, and more. Thanks to Griffin at Griffin_Bass. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Glenn Clark Radio. Have a great Wednesday evening. Go nobody. Duke sucks.